Okay, so the Tanya of today, we're in the middle of Perek Mem Chet. Today is Tet Vav Iyar. So let's go back. What the Tanya is teaching us, we're learning about how to serve Hashem out of love, how to arouse the love inside of us, so we can serve Hashem out of love. And the Tanya brings different ways of doing this. And now the focus is on how what it says, kamayim hapanim lepanim kain lev ha'adam la'adam. The same way you look into the water, and your face is in the water and reflects back to you, so too your heart goes into the person and it also reflects back to you. So by us seeing Hashem's love in this world, so then that love that we see that Hashem does for us will actually integrate into our hearts, and then out of that, our love will also reflect back to Hashem. That's the idea. So yesterday, in the beginning of Perek Memchet, we learned that Hashem, in order to create this world, he had to contract himself, contraction after contraction after contraction. He's lowering himself, and Hashem is infinite. Hashem is not a being of limit. But Hashem had to limit himself and make himself less and contract himself more. That would be, I think, the equivalent of a father or a mother changing his child's diaper because he loves his child, or the mother loves her child. So she does things that are beneath her, changing diapers, burping and having him spit up on you, and all the wonderful mother, father things that we do for our children because we love them. And so to Hashem, by him contracting himself for us to create this world, is the same idea. Now today, in the middle of Perek Memched, the Tanya, he says something very, very interesting. He says, now here is not the place to explain what does it mean that Hashem contracts himself to create the world, because it's not. The whole focus, reason why the Tanya brought this up in the first place is just to tell us that Hashem's lowering himself by contracting himself, which shows us that he loves us. How he does it is irrelevant. It doesn't really make a difference, it would seem. So therefore the Tanya says that here is not the place to explain how Hashem contracts himself. Nonetheless, the Tanya gets into it, and he does explain what does it mean that Hashem contracts himself. And he explains the following. Hashem has what he hides and what he reveals. The infinite light of Hashem always remains hidden. Hashem, who he is in his essence, is something that remains hidden always. Because if Hashem's infinite side will be revealed, and that would make everything around him also infinite, like Hashem is, and nothing would be able to be. Because infinity means limitless, means that you can't have anything. You can't have a table, because the table is a certain size. And if Hashem's essence is revealed, so there is no such thing as size. Everything just goes on endlessly. So therefore Hashem actually hides himself. And to a degree that we can't see Hashem whatsoever, in order for this world to come into creation, to come into being. So back to the question. You just said a second ago, the Tanya, that this is irrelevant to what we're learning about. And then you go ahead and you explain it to us. Why are you explaining to us something you said is irrelevant? It doesn't make sense. So the obvious explanation is that it is relevant. This is something that is necessary and essential in relationships in general, whether it's relationships between husband and wife or relationships between parents and children. It's very essential that we have that love that's to a level where we feel that we're loved and accept endlessly. We don't feel like we're walking between the drops, where we feel like I am accepted until this point, I am loved until this point. Past that, no, that's you cross the line. So I would think, even though Hashem contracted himself to create the world, so it doesn't mean there's that how far is Hashem willing to go from it. Like Hashem, on the contrary, being that Hashem is so amazing and He's so infinite and that He's so phenomenous, so I would think that to be on Hashem's good side could be a very hard thing to do. He already went the extra 9 yards for me. How much more is he going to go? So the Tanya is telling us, no, Hashem, you know how far he went? You have no idea how far he went. He doesn't even exist. He hides himself under the rug for you. Like, you can't even see him. That's how much he loves you and accepts you and wants you. So by us knowing this, also this is something that we can use for our day-to-day life. We can't just show our spouses or show our kids, look, I'm doing for you. It's not enough. And they feel that it's not enough. And many times it actually causes problems. It's really not enough. You need to take the extra 9 yards. You got to go even more. You got to show them, I love and accept you or the way you are, wholeheartedly, with everything that you do, with your flaws, with everything. I will always love and accept you. And I think that's what the Tanya is trying to tell us today, that Hashem doesn't only love us because He contracts Himself, even more than that. He put Himself under the rug. So have a real understanding how much Hashem really loves you. And with that, then you could have a true reflection back to Hashem, that because now you honestly feel that He really loves and accepts you. Before that, you didn't. Yeah, you might have felt a little bit, but not enough. Now we feel it's strong enough that we can actually genuinely feel love to Hashem. We can go back and serve Hashem.